All right, everybody, welcome back. This is Leo from Living Positive San Antonio. I am joined with Wayne.
Hi, guys.
Santiago.
Hey.
Jace.
Hello.
I almost called you Jerry, sorry.
Oh
And
my God.
Sugar.
Hey.
So today we are going to be talking about weird health practices we've either done or have heard about. Yeah. Who wants to go first?
I do. I've always wondered what a colonic does.
Oh, a colonic?
Colonic. And I saw a place the other day
Oh, you
on
didn't know
on West Avenue that did them.
I want to do that.
For $59.99.
Shut up. That's a good price.
That's very good because it's usually $150.
And I was like,
Is
God,
it-
I should do it because I know Janet Jackson used to do it with coffee.
First of all, what the hell is a colonic?
Is it where they empty out your intestines
yeah.
and
Yeah.
they like put it through the machine and like you can see everything going?
Yes, it's actually a rinse, and it goes up your anus and into your colon and, your intestine and stuff. And while it's pouring water into it, there's also another, it's like an irrigation, and it takes all the waste out. So, yeah.
okay.
And they say that you can lose up to 3 to 4 pounds with one of those because there's so much extra stuff stuck there that...
I need it.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that.
I know, right? After this, we're going to go get a colonic menu, Jason.
We'll find a Groupon.
Oh, God.
Wow.
I've
West
just always...
Avenue, you say?
West Avenue. Almost West Avenue and Blanco. I've just been curious.
I mean, is
it's
it
in Castle
pure
Hills.
water that they put into you, or is it like a
Yeah.
vinegar water type?
No, it's just water. Yeah.
Wow.
It's like a pressure wash.
I've always wanted to try those new
I need to try this.
I've actually seen it done before. The Try Guys did a video where they each got a colonic and so they recorded the whole experience.
It's supposed to be really good for you, for your digestive system and all that, because it takes all the waste out. And so now you're able to, kind of gauge your food intake and be more healthy, etc.
Are you completely? They don't sedate you or anything
No.
like
No.
that.
Are you laying down? You sitting down?
I believe you're laying down.
Yeah,
You're laying down on your side.
You're
Yeah.
kind of like this with
You're-
your feet
Oh,
up.
stirring.
kind of in
Okay.
repose, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Kind of something like
kind of
that.
like a woman in an OBGYN, I guess.
Kind of.
Yeah, so for all you gays out there, make sure you practice opening up first before they
I'm
stick.
pretty sure they already know.
Yeah.
Not that wide, sir. We're just. That was enough.
That's not necessary.
No need to wax. No need to clean your taint.
I know.
Oh, so that brings up anal bleaching, because waxing. I know that's a thing that porn stars do.
Oh yeah, they do.
Well, since you said that, because Mark has been talking about. Evidently,
Bleaching his ass?
they do it to pets too. It's like, why would you want to do that to your dog or your cat?
Anal bleaching?
Anal bleaching.
Well, I saw this little thing on dogs where you could get like a little sticker that you stick on it. And it's like a bow or something.
Yeah, so I also saw that, but it's like a jewel. You put it on the tail of the animal, and then the jewel just hangs right over the butthole, so that way it'll cover it.
And you still have to clean that jewel. Okay, back to weird health practices for humans because this will really go south real quick. So I've also wondered,
Okay, well, now, and what is the purpose? Since we mentioned anal, what is the purpose of anal bleaching?
because it
It makes it look nice and clean.
Yeah.
And not all used up like some.
you know how in that area most men or gay men they're trying that they're darker, the skin's darker, and then
So it's more or less for a visual
Yeah.
appearance type thing.
Which brings up the question: have you guys ever actually took the time to look at your butthole?
oh hell yeah. I cracked the
No.
bathroom seat one time, getting up and looking
no
in the
idea
mirror.
what mine looks like.
Oh no, I do.
I don't either.
I don't need to. I'm good.
I know there's hair down there.
What if you need to check to see if you have maybe bumps from
Hemorrhoids.
cancer or hemorrhoids?
And then you put your finger up your asshole and you find out if you feel it.
No, you cannot.
Why can't you put your finger up your asshole?
You can, but you're not going to feel any of that.
You would not?
No.
You're not going to feel a bump.
How do you
When you
know?
go
Well,
home, try it.
most hemorrhoids, you don't even have to put your finger up your asshole. You can
Yes,
Yeah.
when you
I'm
take a
saying-
shit.
I'm
See
saying-
them,
I'm
you
saying-
can see them.
I
But he's
can-
saying a bump,
But
like a
because
tumor or
I've had a
something like
couple
that.
hemorrhoids, and all you gotta do is just rub the outer lip of your anus. Outer lip. And you can feel those bumps, and you know that you're gonna have a hemorrhoid.
Yeah, because I had something weird one time, and I got up there to look at it. What had happened is I had scraped myself with my fingernail, I think.
I've done it where I bent over in front of my mirror, full length mirror, to look because I well,
pictures in my head now.
that was, I'm sorry.
Oh, wow.
Try to forget it. But anyway,
It's a good thing I don't have that.
I'll flash you with the
imagination.
Men in Black thing in a minute, so you can forget.
All right, thank you.
But no, I did, and you know what? What was really crazy was that I forgot what I was doing because I was looking at my legs, and I had just lost a lot of weight, and my legs and my butt looked really flat and flabby, and I was like, "Oh my God, what's happening?" And I was freaking out about that, and I forgot what the hell I was doing in the first place, bending over like that. So I never did it again.
I mean, I
wanna do that
think it's a good thing that you should be safe enough with yourself to be able to do
Well, you
just like a
should.
breast exam. Like
Right.
men should, reach in and feel their
Yes.
prostate. I have because I was having issues and I thought it was prostate, and it wasn't. It was a medication that was contradicting something else. But
Right.
to be able to do that simple exam
Sure.
or things like that, and
It's important.
anal warts and things like that.
Yes,
you don't
it's
know.
important that you know your body well enough to know if you get a wart or if you get a little boil or if you get a skin tag even, because I have those skin tags sometimes. If you get those, you need to identify them. You need to either go to a doctor, and get that checked out or whatever, because you just never know.
Yeah.
Like, I've been very lucky. I've had 3 little skin tags in my life, and each one has been benign. They've removed them and they're benign, but luckily, but what if that wasn't the case?
I have to be a little more personal. Is it allowed downstairs area, underarms?
No, it was
or-
in the downstairs kitty cat.
Okay. I'm just curious because I do know that I'm finding out that they mean different because I've started getting skin tags really bad. I have about 6 or 7, but they're on my eyelids and here.
Right.
And I was told
And
that
after you
that's,
said that.
That's from diabetes.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I found out
Yeah.
being diabetic. That's why they were there.
My
After you told me
grandma
that,
used to
I was
have this.
freaking out. 'Cause like, oh, do I have one?
Every
I
once in a
have one
while,
on my
I'll get
butt
one
cheek.
and then it'll go away. But my grandma used to have them all when she was like before she passed away, really, really old. She had these tiny little dots on her
Yeah.
eye, and I thought, wow, that's
See, I think
weird.
I have a couple here.
So when I got one, I was like,
here,
oh
and I
Lord.
have one.
There's one
Okay.
right there.
One there. And
For people that can't see us, he's poking
Yeah.
at his eyeballs.
Okay.
I'm showing my eyeballs. There.
So what I
You
was
have a
told
black
was that
nail.
they were like little masses of fat. They're little fat deposits.
Yeah.
And they'll go away. They will go away once you get your sugar under control. So
We got you under control.
That bottle of that box of Whoppers on the way over here didn't help
Okay.
any.
well, see, I'll help you out with that if you need me to.
So Wayne brings up
next
a
time.
good point. Checking yourself to be familiarized with your body. I've also heard that women do that as well with like their vaginas. They get a hand mirror and
Yes.
they look at themselves to be familiar with how it looks and what's all going down there. Like I know that sometimes myself, whenever I'm in the shower, I'll check myself to see like if there's any bumps on my nuts or whatever.
On your what?
Nuts.
Oh, okay. I'm
Nut
sorry.
sack.
The sack.
Well, because I mean, guys, I'm sure we've all had this happen. Maybe Leo, because Leo's a little younger, but when you start kind of getting older, men on their scrotum get little pockets that look kind of like a little, I don't want to say a sore. It looks kind of like a skin tag, but they're all white, and all they are again is they're just like a grease deposit,
Yeah.
like you said, and you
Yeah.
can basically just squeeze it.
I've never had that.
Oh, wow.
Well, you're talking about looking for things on your sack.
Maybe it's a
you
white
need to
person
also
thing.
you also need to familiarize yourself with the size of your testicles.
Oh yeah.
Because if you get testicular cancer, that's going to be the first sign is one of your testicles is going to get bigger.
Oh God, I
And the
can't
other-
take any more.
No, one only just bigger.
I already have elephantitis down
Well,
there.
if you already know that, you need to keep that in mind.
Mine is just big.
TMI.
I've always said I want to get rid of one for $25,000.
Oh, my
Yo,
Damn,
it
I need to
is.
make room.
Yo,
But one nut is always bigger than the other.
yeah.
So
But still,
it's always
familiarize-
good to know which one.
Which one?
Yeah.
Because seriously, when you get testicular cancer, one of them is going to enlarge.
Same with breasts. One's always bigger than the other.
Okay, so I'm outnumbered here because there's 4 men and 1 female. So
You're a female?
Yeah.
I think you're a stone.
Believe it or don't.
Stoner.
No, I'm a stone femme. But yes, it's important that you know your body well enough. I had a OBGYN one time tell me I had what I felt was a bump right inside my vagina. And she says to me, very ugly, she talks to me, like, anyway. She just talked down to me. She says, I said, I need you to check to make sure that it's not anything serious. And she says, why do you have your finger in there anyway? I said, because everything that we read and know and have been told is about being comfortable with your body, checking your body, making sure that if you see or feel anything different, that you get it checked out and stuff. I said, I don't understand why you're even asking me that. And she says, well, I'm just wondering why you do that. And I said,
because I fucking play with myself, goddammit. That's why.
Actually, I was taking a shower and I was rinsing, and stuff. And I do that. I stick my finger in there, just kind of, make sure everything's nice and clean.
Have you ever noticed that when you do check your body, it's generally in the shower?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine is.
Well, you're not going to be in bed checking your asshole.
Well, no,
if I'm
it
doing that,
seems like a natural place to do it.
If I'm in the bed and I'm checking my vagina, I'm probably not really checking for
and the thing is it actually has been only a few years that they tell men to do it, but for years, they started telling women, you would see little pictures, drawn pictures on how to do the breast examination in the shower and things like that. And I saw one at the doctor the other day for diabetic people, how to start looking at your veins on your legs and stuff like that, and where you might where you might need to have a massage because you're having that particular blood vein or artery might be clogging up.
Well, I can tell you that a lot of lives have been saved by these preventive measures. And so if you have a medical professional telling you, well, why are you doing that? Or why are you looking at that? Or why you need a new one. You need to get you a new PCP or a new OBGYN or whatever, because that person obviously doesn't respect what you're trying to accomplish, and which is just to save your own life. You know, because that's not okay.
There's many times that I go do a poop, and then from there I just go jump in the shower, or I'm walking around naked, and Jeremy will be like,
after a poop, and you're just walking around naked.
Well, no, because I'm about to go take a shower, so I'm not gonna waste more toilet paper, so I'm gonna go in there, right? So, but sometimes there'll be toilet paper there, and Jeremy's like, "Why is there toilet paper in your booty?" Look, I got a big ass, all right? Leave me alone. Paper gets stuck there every once in a while.
It does get stuck.
I hate it when you have a fat ass.
Have you ever been embarrassed when you're washing and you realize you have like all these little Klingons there?
Yes.
Like, what the heck? See, that's why I have taken to being more, how can I say this? I have to shave, because of the hygiene, because I am a big girl. And
voluptuous.
I need to,
thick.
Thank you. Yes, thick and voluptuous. Hey.
There you go, girl.
Anyway, so, I keep it clean down there, and I have to, for hygiene purposes, it's not about, these days, it's not about, being ready for sex. It's about being ready for, cleanliness,
Do you use any, I'm asking this because I use Dawn dishwashing liquid to clean my pubic areas.
Why?
Just because it's safe for birds, it's not safe for your
first
dick.
of all, it's gentle and it strips oils. I get very oily down there, so I use the Dawn.
Then shave. Why don't you shave?
I use a Vagisil.
I can't.
The Vagisil wash.
I think that's useless to shave. Why? I mean, I'll trim it up, but I'm not going to shave.
It's hard to keep up with.
Plus, I have so damn much hair to begin with.
I do it regularly anyway because I have to shave my legs and stuff. As part of the maintenance. So like
what's another 4 or 5 inches?
So every other. Right?
Sorry, I didn't keep it gross.
I thought you meant of her long hair, pubic hair.
I think that's like,
I thought you went somewhere else.
I was
with
like
that
at the top. I was just saying. I'm thinking like the top of the leg. Just go a tad more.
Right.
Oh.
Well, it just depends. So I do that at least once a month. I will go back in there and just trim it all up and make sure that's shaven and stuff, just so that I can continue. So I do it once a month. The whole pubic area and stuff, and then I shave my legs as soon as I need it. If I'm wearing dresses or whatnot. It's more for aesthetics. That is the legs. But again, the other stuff is just for cleanliness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing that we were talking about earlier was, since we're talking about weird things that people do for health conscious reasons, women, I learned a couple things. One is that women can take a cucumber. All right, I know you're going there. Public. I know you're going there, whoever's listening, but it's okay. And you shave or you take the skin off.
Peel it.
Thank you. You peel it. Yeah, I still have the shave thing in my head. You peel the cucumber. And then, gently insert it into your vagina. This is supposed to refresh and cleanse your vaginal, area. And the reason that it works is because it's a very gentle form. I mean, we all know that, like the washes, they have a lot of cucumber wash and stuff like that.
Same reason for using cucumbers on your eyes.
On your eyes, yeah.
Yes, it has a lot
So
of
it makes
good
sense.
healing properties. And you just kind of, insert it a couple of times or whatever and roll it around in there, to just kind of get everything out and then, and then bathe. I got that from a friend of mine who's a doula, and she takes.
What is that?
A doula is like a midwife.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've never heard the
It's
word.
a holistic midwife. Yeah.
Okay.
We're
So
learning a whole bunch of new words from her today.
Stick around, I got more.
I've heard of the
Stone cock, or stone what?
No, yeah.
Stone femme.
She's always said that.
Anyways, yeah, and so then, so that, and then there's, there is such a thing as a yoni egg. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but, and they come in different,
Sizes.
different sizes,
Oh,
obviously, and also rocks or
different material. They're
yes,
made from different
they're
materials.
from different crystals or, rocks and stuff, agate stones or whatever. Stones,
Alabaster.
and, yes, and they all have a different cleansing property. Thank you.
Now, are these used for like scrubbing skin off, or
No.
For vaginal
Those are
insertion.
also
Yeah.
Oh, they're just
for
actual
vaginal
okay.
insertion. Yeah. And what they do is they, first of all, they help tighten and strengthen your vagina and your vaginal walls, all up into around your uterus, and also.
would you recommend that for somebody who is getting older?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I have one.
We'll get you that for Christmas.
But I use it like once a month or so, and I'll put it in there and forget. I don't know if you guys remember back when the Benoit balls were very popular.
No.
Okay, well,
Before our time.
the reason that I forget is because it just feels very comfortable.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt. It's an egg-shaped, stone. And again, the healing properties in the stone are what, you want to use, as well as, the egg itself. And so it goes in there, and, usually it'll come out, a couple hours later. I don't have to do anything. I go to the bathroom and it'll just slip right out.
So you just slip it in there and let it come out on its own.
Yes. Because, you can do like tightening exercises.
Kegels.
Kegels.
Why the hell do I know more about the women's body than I know?
Well,
But that means you have to buy them all the time?
no, you
No,
use
they're
one.
one-time
You
thing.
wash it.
Yeah.
You can get different ones. I mean, if you look up yoni eggs, YONI eggs, it will give you a list of the different types of stone that they use, or the crystals, and it's really they're all different. Like some are for your psyche, some are for your for anxiety, some help you with protection, some help you with health situations, very specific. They're all different.
I
So
know that Gwyneth Paltrow has a company that's where I learned a lot of this stuff from.
Goop.
Yeah, Goop.
yeah.
It carries all these items.
Can,
Well, I'll tell you what-
Can these be made out of? This is gonna sound crazy.
Yeah.
Can these be made out of marble?
Yes.
Some of them
I
are.
asked because one time, as a kid, I was playing with an egg-shaped marble.
You put it up
thing.
your asshole?
No, and my mom saw me playing with it, and she took it away from me and said, "Don't ever play with this again."
Yep.
And now I think I know what it was.
Okay, so you know how in Mexico they have like these, like they have the little worry stones, and they have like a little thing,
Yeah.
and they have the eggs.
Yep.
Those eggs, grab some. They're very cheap in Mexico. If you ever get to Progreso
But do
or
you think that
whatever,
they're
grab
making
some.
them for that reason, though?
No, I don't have any idea.
Because
don't have any clue.
I lived with a lady for several years, and she had, but hers were not, I know we're not used for that because they were in a drawer. She would use them at Easter to decorate, but she had them in alabaster and crystal and marble and emerald.
She had them in a drawer. What drawer? The underwear drawer?
No. In a drawer in the house. And then at certain times,
Because I keep mine in my underwear drawer. That's why.
I should definitely
Okay.
tell my mom about that.
Well, okay, so yeah, some of those things they're also used for yoga, for the Ayurveda. Ayurveda, is that how you say it? Ayurveda, holistic healing properties. And so sometimes in your meditation, it depends on which chakra you're working on and stuff, and what you're really trying to accomplish. They help with that as well. So you're healing from the inside out with those.
Now,
But that's also, yeah.
the yoni eggs are different from the fetish of wanting to be seated by like aliens or whatever, because there's this whole fetish where girls or guys want to get like it's like a dildo or some sort of device that you stick up an orifice and it shoots eggs into you, like if it was an actual alien doing it, and then they'll come out naturally. So that's
Wow.
definitely different than the yoni eggs.
Yeah.
But I know that that's become
Really,
extremely
imagine the
popular.
price tag on that.
Yeah, I know that's become pretty popular recently.
Really?
Yeah.
That's incredible. I'd never even heard of that.
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't know the correct term for it, but I just know that there's people out there that
Okay.
like that kind of thing.
Wow. Well, there's something for everyone, right?
Yeah. So I know earlier we were talking about. I know that we've been talking about like sex stuff, sexual healings, but culture also takes a huge
Yes.
part of weird health things that we do. Like the whole sana colita de rana thing.
The what?
Yeah. Sana colita de rana. Tira un pedito para hoy mañana.
Okay, I have
you rub
no idea
it
what
in-
you said, but okay.
You take a raw egg and you rub it in the sign of the cross.
That's the other. Yeah.
Oh, am I thinking of the wrong one?
Yeah. No.
they're
It's
two
yeah. Those are two
Oh,
different
okay.
things. Okay. So the egg, when they cleanse you with the egg, it's part of the evil eye thing, right? People believe in the evil eye, and so what happens is that somebody will get sick, or they don't feel well, whatever, and the grandmother would usually, or the matriarch of the family in the house, would take a raw egg out of the fridge, warm it up with her hands, pray over it, and then start rubbing it all over the child or the person with
This is an unbroken egg that she's...
yes,
Yeah.
while saying prayers or particular things that they're saying. And once they get to the feet, they finish that up, and then they take that egg, they break it in a little bit of water, a clear glass with water in it, and break it in there, and then they look at it. And what the belief is that if there's a round little pustule, or a little round eye is what they call it, then yes, that was the evil eye that came out from the child or the person. Or if there's nothing on there, they'll put it underneath the bed. Some people will take a broom of straw and make a cross over it and toss that in there. Most people will just lay it, put it under the bed where the person is laying. And then in the morning, because usually this is done in the afternoon or evening, the next day they'll go back and check it, and sometimes there'll be a great big old round, eye looking thing. Sometimes there's 4 or 5, and they're like, "Oh, that's a lot. That was really bad. What they did." And now, but you're cured. It's over. And so that's a cultural belief, definitely, cultural medicinal belief for the ojo. I always tell people, like when I see children, because they, some people will say, "I touched my baby. You looked at my baby.
Yeah.
Touch her." And I'm like, "Mama, I don't do ojo. I only do blessings. But yes, I will bless your baby for sure." Because I shut that down real quick in the
when they have curly hair or like really nice hair or something, gotta touch their hair or not.
Yeah.
So their hair will go straight. Like mine get curly
Mm-hmm.
and they'll go straight every once in a while. It just depends. But like it was like my mom would say, like some lady touched my hair, like oh, what beautiful curls, blah blah blah, and then my hair started going straight.
Yes.
So every once in a while it goes back to curls.
Right. Yeah, that happens. People believe that kind of thing. And, I mean, I even did it. I'm a Mexican mother. And so I would do it with my kids. And then my youngest daughter asked me, Mom, how do you do it? I need to do that for her daughter. And so I showed her how to do it, just because, I don't know, maybe it works. Maybe it's just the faith that we have in it. Maybe it's just us being able to control that healing.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, it does seem to help. So.
But even then, remember, I don't know, when they would roll up the newspaper and put it in your ear?
Oh, the ear rake and catch it on fire.
Irrigation,
the
fire,
ashes.
Yeah. I remember that too.
That's still a
I've
thing.
had to do that.
Yeah,
To
but
this
now
day.
it's not the newspaper. They use
Yeah.
like a little cone.
Yeah.
Like a wax cone.
Oh,
or
wax
something.
cone, yeah.
Yeah, I remember those. My grandma used to roll up a newspaper and do that to my ear too. And then, a couple weeks later when I'm still dying in agony, she'd have to send me to the doctor and then give me antibiotics, because it was an earache. Those are things that we grow up with and we don't know for sure. But I guess at some point they work, but then eventually we have to ask for help if it doesn't work.
I know in my household, the natural cure-all was Viticillina.
Oh,
And
like me with Neosporin. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I carried Neosporin, a
So-
tube of Neosporin in my purse.
anything that we had wrong, a pimple, cut, or
Uh-huh.
whatever, put Viticillina on it.
Yep.
What is that?
It's some sort of
It's a
tube.
Mexican salve,
Yeah.
like,
Oh, okay.
like
It's yellow.
Neosporin.
Is it?
It's
It's
green.
clear, yeah.
It's green?
Well,
It's in a green tube.
the green tube, but
Yeah.
it's a clear.
Yeah.
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 Well, my granddaughters, they'll say, Grandma, I got an owie right here. And I'm like, oh, bring me the medicine. And they bring me the Neosporin, and I put a little touch there. But I have another one over here. Okay, well, let's do that one too. My granddaughter had a big old pustule on her leg. It looked like impetigo, but it wasn't. Anyway, she had antibiotics and stuff, and it wasn't going away. I said, baby, let's just put some of this. And in like a week, it was gone, And she was so happy. Look, Grandma, it's getting better.
Was it where she got a booster shot, maybe?
No, it was just on her leg, and it just came out. I don't know what it was. Like, my daughter thought it was an ingrown hair that, just didn't come out.
That something could have bit her. Who knows?
Yeah, and so, but they every time they came to my condo on the island, they'd be like, Grandma, look, I have an owie right. Oh, let's get that medicine. Let's get that taken care of, baby. And but I have the utmost faith in Neosporin, you guys.
It is a good product.
Absolutely love it. Yeah.
I remember when we used to get pink eye as little kids. My grandmother was an RN, and she would put the Neosporin in our eyes and make us close them, and they would, next day, boom, they'd be gone.
Wow, that's
Wow.
good.
I know a lot
now
of
they
people-
have it with pain reliever.
Oh, ooh.
Yes, I got one the other day, but it burns. You can't use it because it
A
burns.
lot of people I know, and I'm going to say the white word, white people, I don't know, I'm sure we're not the only ones, tend to hang on to Vicks.
Oh,
Vapor
my
rub
God.
for
Oh
life.
no! You
On the
don't
bottom,
corner the
on your
market on
bottom-
Vicks,
on your-
honey.
on your bottom
That's
of
the
your
other one.
feet,
It's Vitacilina and
under your
Vicks,
nose,
baby.
under your
Yes.
nose.
Yes.
That was my
Eat a
grandmother's
Eat
cure-all.
a teaspoon of it before you go. Oh yes.
We don't eat that.
Oh,
no.
yes.
We'll stick it in
Yeah,
our nose
yeah.
though.
Yeah, they put it in tea or something.
Yeah, I can remember my
No.
grandmother shoving some of that down my throat.
No,
No comment.
This will make you better. This will
Yes.
make you better.
that's the other thing that my babies know about is the Vicks.
But look at like the Greeks. Remember?
Yeah.
My
My big fat Greek wedding.
yeah, and they were using Windex. They were using something else.
The Suzuki sauce or something like that.
The fucking
It was Windex.
Yeah, was it Windex?
Yes,
I was
it
gonna
was
say,
Windex.
yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
is it my fact? I
But
thought
I
it was
think
a
it-
black comedy we go.
No,
No,
not
it was my
I thought
big
it was
fat
Fridays
Greek
were the
wedding.
ones.
They
That.
they did make fun of it in I think it was
In my Big Fat Greek Wedding too.
no there was a movie like a spin-off or not like a spoof movie where they did do that, but it wasn't Windex. It was actually like the Suzuki sauce that they put on the gyros or whatever that they
really?
would spray on everything.
Oh, that's
wow.
really good though.
Yeah,
This is deep as hell.
yeah.
Because I thought at one of the Fridays, the father would be like, "Come here, it's spray."
Oh, yeah,
with
well, he used to do it, too.
Was it Windex?
Yeah.
No,
I
I think
remember
it
it was
was
Windex.
date movie or whatever.
No, but at Fridays, I remember them doing it in one of the Friday movies. The father sprayed something on you for.
Because I was saying, "Quit spraying me with that, Dad."
I don't know, but yeah, they that was Windex on the Big Fat Greek Wedding. That was funny. I didn't know about that, but yeah, he used it for everything. Everything. Put some Windex.
You know, going back to
Losing your hair? Well, that's
going back to holistic
Holistic.
stuff, holistic type of things. You know, I grew up in South Dakota most of my life, so I was directly connected next to or across the river from the Lakota Sioux Nation and things like that.
Man,
and let me
how
tell you,
nice.
some of the things that I saw that they did. I saw my grandfather get bit by we have green rattlesnakes up there. Get bit by this green rattlesnake, and we were close to where my family shared a creek in a dam with this particular tribe, and he got bit. And I remember us going across the dam real quick, just a little bridge, and going the other side. And they took, I want to say it was kerosene. Kerosene in a little jar like that, and put it like that. Squeeze that real hard. Put that kerosene on it like that, and then all of a sudden just watch that poison just bubble right up into that kerosene. Did not go to the doctor. Did not got sick that night, and by the next day it was like
That's
I'm like, are you
amazing.
serious? It always makes you wonder like who in the hell would go? Let me see,
Yeah.
thumping on my head. Today I'm going to ingest a jellyfish. Oh, and how much I remember about it.
Jeez.
Things like that.
Well, the other thing that
That's amazing,
you
though.
had, sangre de chango.
Oh, yeah, it's iodine.
Yeah.
It's actually iodine, and we would use it on everything
yeah.
as well. Yeah.
The blue,
Yeah.
bluish color
Red.
stuff. Yeah.
It's red.
Is it red?
Yeah.
It's red. But yeah.
What's the blue one
we
that
used
you
a
put
lot
in your
of stuff.
mouth? They used to give to us. Oh, you know what? Y'all are all too young. JC, you're the
I
only
don't
way to
know.
remember. It was some type of booster, wasn't it? Remember when we were about 2 or 3 years
I
old? They
remember
would drop
taking
that
it-
blue
I don't know.
yuck
Was
in your mouth.
that polio?
It
that
was
the polio drop?
polio vaccination.
Yeah.
I know my grandma used to give us castor oil to go to
Oh,
the bathroom
God.
on a regular basis.
And you
now-
were regular, all right.
Okay. And now, I think to myself, wow, I wonder.
So you
How it affected
No.
your body?
Well,
Yeah.
I still don't, like when I have issues with my stomach or whatever, I still use baking soda and water.
Oh, I do that too with my indigestion
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah.
I needed to try that recently, but I never actually
what?
did.
Baking soda water?
Yeah, my
Oh, yeah.
grandmother
Works
used to add
instantly.
just like
Yeah.
a little bit of molasses or honey to that, so that it wouldn't be as
As
bitter
salty.
or salty
Yeah,
or
it's
whatever.
pretty.
Yeah.
I had it for 3 days.
Oh, God.
I actually like the taste of it.
Really?
I grew up with Alka-Seltzer and Sal de Picot, so
See, I like to add a little bit of salt to my water. People think I'm insane.
yeah. Well,
But
I like
We think you're
lemon.
insane regardless of that.
Right.
I
So
don't think
I
it's
have,
about your
I
water,
have
Jay.
another well, I don't want to say it was kooky. It actually kind of worked.
Go ahead.
But another medicinal thing that the Indians would do when a couple of the squaws or whatever, when the squaws were pregnant, all the other men and women in the tribe would start somehow. I don't know how they did it, but they would get their earwax and they would save it all up. And then when those babies were born, they would completely rub those babies down in that earwax, and it kept them from being, from mosquitoes and fire
Wow,
ants
that's
and things like
amazing.
that.
Oh
And-
wow! I never heard of that.
Yeah,
That's
and
interesting.
It is. I
It
was like,
probably kept a lot of people away from them as well.
They can take on my earwax shit.
oh, I get it.
How do you harvest earwax?
Once a month,
Seriously?
I lose hearing in my ears because of how much earwax buildup I have.
Really?
Do you have to go to the doctor and have to do that little?
No,
thing?
I bought this earwax thing that I just stick in my ear. I wait like maybe an hour, and I can feel it like bubbling.
Oh, cool.
And
I need
then-
to try some of that.
Debrox is one of the brands of that stuff,
Yeah.
and I
There
do the
was
same thing.
There was one time I woke up completely. I couldn't hear anything. I was freaking out, and I was texting Michael. It was Michael. I'm going to go on the bus all the way to medical center. Or, where are you? And then he came and met me, and it was like, "What's wrong?" I said, "I couldn't hear." And the people at the front were like, "Huh?" And I was like, and I wrote it. I can't hear. Something's wrong. And the doctor got back there, and she looked in there and says, "Oh." And let me tell you, what came out of those ears, I was horrified.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, sure did feel
That's
good
funny.
afterwards.
I'm so scared that one day I'll wake up and there'll be like a roach in my ear.
Ew.
Oh, because
Ew.
you see that on TV.
Yes.
It's very common.
I watched
Roaches
that
love
movie.
going inside
Really?
Yes,
people's ears.
I saw one where the little girl kept picking at the ear, and they looked down in, and the doctor goes, "What does that look like to you?" They go, "No, he's such a little thing." And pulled a spider right out of that ear.
But the average person swallows how many spiders a year?
It's actually wrong. People don't swallow.
People don't swallow
No, no,
spiders.
When they're sleeping, a spider can crawl in and out of your mouth.
They could, but when I was looking it up, because I actually wanted
Oh, did
to
you?
verify.
Did you go on Snopes?
No. It said that spiders are more afraid of us than we are of them. Like they want to be left alone, so they won't be
They won't
around
bother you.
humans. And then plus beds are something that they like, so they don't go around beds or anything. They like to be in their own little areas. So it's very rare if someone will swallow a spider. But I always thought that a human did swallow at least 8 spiders per year in their sleep.
Did you know that tarantulas don't bite? I did not.
Well, I mean, they can. They
I
have a
had
thing
one-
that can
yeah.
do that, but
They're
you have
just
to.
But they don't.
You
Yeah,
have to
I
attack them.
had a small one jump on my leg. They were doing construction outside, and it must have come through the pipes,
Okay, when
and
you
I'm
say
in
small,
shower.
what do you mean by small?
Like about
Yeah,
that's
maybe
not fucking
3,
small.
4.
That's not small.
3,
That's
4
enough to make me
inches.
run and scream
Even though
like a
I've
girl.
seen them, even though out by like Lubbock and San Angelo, where they're like this.
Yeah.
Oh
I mean,
my gosh,
huge
that
in
that's
San
like
Angelo. I don't know what the
tortilla.
hell's
No,
what's
this is
out
a
there.
little itty bitty silver dollar pancake size.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm taking a shower. I've got a full, head of shampoo and everything, good lather. I'm just, jamming. I'm having a good time. I love to be clean, so I like my showers. But anyway, and then I feel something funny on my leg, just above my ankle. Just a, kind of fuzzy thing. And I kick it. I just kick my leg like what is that? And I open my eyes, right? I look down. I'm like, oh my god! And I jump right out of the shower, and I'm naked as a jaybird, obviously, and I run to the kitchen. Don't ask me why. The first thing I thought of was, I need to bag this motherfucker. And I put it in a bag. I hit it with the shampoo bottle, but I didn't crush it. I just hit it, to like knock it out. And then I put it in the plastic bag, and I saved it so I could tell the story. And look, this was on my leg, like kind of showing it off. I survived a tarantula, and then somebody told me, that ain't nothing. It wasn't going to bite you. And I'm like, what? They don't bite. And I'm like, what do you mean they don't bite? I just survived this ginormous tarantula. They're like, it's not that big, and it doesn't bite.
I
And
saw
I'm
one that
like,
was
okay,
about
fine.
that big on like a door, on the back door, and my friends, we were in Mexico visiting some sort of family member. I don't even know who, but some of my cousins were there, and so we were in the pool, and it was like dark. There was no lights anywhere because it's in Mexico. And so we had a flashlight, and we shined it on the door leading into the house. Spider that big on the door, and we did not go inside until it was
For those who
gone.
couldn't see, it's 6 inches, maybe
Yeah.
8.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's 4.
Holistic medications. Okay, medicines. My grandmother, for a bee sting.
now,
bee sting.
Define standard medication versus holistic.
I'm talking about pharmacological medication
Okay.
versus natural
Okay.
organic.
For anybody who doesn't know
stuff. Okay. Oh, good idea. Okay. So, I got bit by a wasp, and she said, put some mud on it. And I was like,
I was going
what?
to.
And she's like, put some mud on it. And I said, ew, no. She says, it's going to help. And so I did. And I left it there. She said to leave it until it dried. And so I did. And then when I pulled it off, the stinger came out too. It was stuck to the
Yeah,
mud. And I
Because
was
as
You
it
can
dries,
do
it sucks that
You can
stinger
do
out.
the
Yes, it
exact
stuck
same
that
thing
out.
for any type of wasp, bee, or whatever, yellow jacket.
Really?
Dawn. You can look it up. It'll tell
Really?
you.
Dawn?
And I've used it.
Does
it
it
stop hurting just
Does
like
it
that.
stop the the whatever area getting
No,
swollen?
you still get the swelling, but the pain is not there.
well,
Because I'm allergic to like bee
the
stings
mud
and stuff
helped
like that. So I
with
don't
the
think that would
swelling.
help me anyway.
Yeah.
I would have to have a medical attention.
Well,
for
it
that.
would help with the
But,
pain. The pain part, but not the knot.
No. Talking about getting stung, my grandfather used to take chewing tobacco, and he would do the same thing and put it on.
Yeah.
And that was, again, to relieve the pain.
Yeah.
And that was almost an instantaneous.
Well, because
relief of
tobacco
pain.
and who was it that had bleeding? And it was tea bags or tobacco can do that both that. You were the one with the tea bags, right? On your
Tea
teeth?
I had
forgot to say
oral
tea.
surgery, and I just kept on bleeding. It would not stop.
Oh yeah,
I'm a bleeder.
I remember.
Yeah.
So they told me, the doctor just said, instead of giving medicine, he goes, go to Dollar General, Dollar Store, go get the black green tea bags, fold it, and just put it in there. It fixed it right up.
Oh, that's awesome. Before I stopped drinking, I used to have some really bad toothaches and stuff, and my cousin actually told me. I said, I'm dealing with this toothache, and he says, why don't you do what Grandma used to tell us to do? And I said, what did Grandma tell us to do? He goes, get a cotton ball, put some tequila on it, and put it in there, and put it on your tooth. And I'm like, what? He goes, yeah. I said, Grandma didn't drink. He goes, no, she didn't, but she used that as a remedy for the toothaches. Well, okay, so now that I'm sober, I don't use tequila. I use ibuprofen. Ibuprofen helps with toothaches.
Yeah.
I did not know it was good for
Now,
that.
do you put the pill directly onto the tooth?
No, you take it.
No,
like
the reason I
you're
asked
supposed to.
because my grandmother
Aspirin.
actually was aspirin.
Aspirin,
but
yes.
As we got older, she said you could use Tylenol
Yeah.
or
Oh.
But let it
Advil.
dissolve.
But,
Yeah.
yeah, you just put it directly on and let
Yes.
it dissolve onto the tooth.
Yeah, onto the pain wherever you have it. Yeah.
And you're
Crazy,
you're
right? Mm-hmm.
supposed to like clench your teeth a little bit so that it'll kind of break up a little bit and then dissolve into your tooth.
Yeah. Hey, so anybody out there that has any kind of, weird healing things, feel free to like us on Facebook and share those with us once when you hear this podcast and you think of your own stuff. We'd love to hear from you.
I'm thinking of my own thing. How funny. I've been thinking about this lately because, we talk about funguses and stuff like that on our feet, and ever so often I will get the toenail stuff, and it takes you forever to get rid of it. I've thought about, I wonder if you just like use an eye droplet and put direct bleach on that.
I don't know. I've been told that tea tree oil.
I see. I've used tea tree, but it's not working.
It didn't work?
For what?
Okay.
For when you get the fungus on your toenails.
Oh.
They say that...
I got rid of it, all of them, but now
Okay.
one came back.
They say that it's part of the candidiasis, like yeast.
Yeah, and I know
yeast
that
in
it's
your blood.
what do you call it? You use an antibiotic on it because you have an infection in your system somewhere, and that's what that.
Well, it's like thrush. You know how thrush is?
have it right now.
Okay. Well, thrush is a yeast infection, right? It comes from too much yeast in your body. So is the fungus in the
I was
toes
from eating
usually.
that kitty cat too much, but never mind.
Oh,
What?
wow.
From eating too much bread.
No, I
Okay.
have.
Anyway,
I'm sure that's what he didn't mean that.
well, in any case, yeah, that's what it is. It's yeast, and so sometimes because it grows over, and so then it comes out in your mouth or whatever. But yeah, it's in your body. It's in your blood.
I
Would
did
you
have that.
suggest Massengill on my tongue?
No, I would not. I would suggest you see a doctor.
How about a tongue scraper? I mean, it would take it away, but then it would come back.
Are you
It
trying
really
to
won't
get?
take it away.
Are
Though.
you trying to get a tongue scraper on your thrush?
Just like,
Do you know what thrush feels like?
I had it when
It's painful.
when I didn't have when I wasn't taking my meds.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily on your tongue either. It could be on your cheeks.
Yes, it
inside
could
your
be.
lips.
All
See,
over.
I get.
I-
I think it go all the
I-
way down into your throat
Well, I
as
was
well.
saying,
Yes,
I
it
get
does.
it. I
I
get
get
it
it
on
on the
my.
roof.
I get it on my tongue, where my ear touches the tongue. Have you ever had that where you get that ear right down in here, and you can feel it with your
Yes,
tongue swollen?
yes.
That's what I get. Where I get it, and I have it on both sides. Right
It
now.
didn't hurt for me though. It
Well,
was just white.
Some of us need to have lymphatic
Yeah,
massages
Yeah, it didn't
to
hurt
get
me.
the lymph nodes drained.
What do you bring that
Because
up?
because it's important for us because so the liver and the lymph nodes, they excrete the toxins out of our body. But if we're not doing things to help it, we have stuff that's backed up in there, and we need to change that. We need to fix that.
What is a holistic remedy for that? So we don't necessarily have to do the pharmaceutical
so
type thing, is
there are types of massages that are very light, like for your face, your glands and stuff like that under your
Just doing
armpits and
this.
stuff. Yeah, you can look them up on Facebook. Lymphatic massages for your face, for your body, whatever. They're really, really good, and they're very easy to do. You don't have to go to a professional. I would recommend, that you try it, and if you feel better, good, and if not, well, then, find
Yeah.
another, find a place that will do that. I've always wanted to have one done. I just haven't yet. But I do the deep tissue massage occasionally. And like if you rub your tarsals on the back of your hand, those little bones on the back of your hand, and you feel like crackling, any kind of
the
crackling.
deposits. Yeah.
Yeah, those are toxins that are sitting there, and they need to be broken up. So when they do the massage and they get on here or on your feet, these little guys, they're like filters because your skin is a filter, right? So then you've got all these things and they're backed up in here, and you need to get them massaged out,
I've had them
So-
done
and
on my feet,
and on your
where they
feet.
do it in the
Yes.
on the toes like this, that little tool, and you go down and you do it. And
Yes.
No.
No, it's
On the
a-
bottom
Oh,
of your
okay.
toe, they use a little thing that rolls with
Yes.
little points, and it's to break up those deposits in there.
Yeah.
And because I crackle a lot like that, but I also get my lymph nodes under my arms swell a lot because I have hydrohidrosis.
Okay.
So
So it's important that you continue to, try to express those out. Because, anyways, what happens is it's going to go through your body anyway. You're either going to pee it out or poop it out or whatever. It's going to come out, but you've got to start
I like to poop.
touching. You got to start. Okay. Okay. And then, I don't know what to say to that. I do too. I don't,
No, but he gets like aroused by it.
oh my.
Not
Okay.
just shit on people's mouth.
Oh God!
don't
Don't
dare
do that. Don't
That's
say
a-
stuff
that's
like
a different
that. That's
topic.
disgusting.
don't dare
Yeah.
bring
Don't invite
don't
me
dare
to the
bring
podcast
I was
when
gonna
you
say
start
don't bring
talking.
him to your party and let
No.
him use your restroom afterwards
Lord.
because he'll kill you.
Oh no.
But
Anyways,
when I
yeah.
had indigestion, I could feel my lymph node right here was also swollen, and it had a sore throat, and I
I
felt
could-
it like back there, but now it's gone.
Yeah. Good. Well,
Because
good.
it seems
I'm
like
glad it's
anytime
gone.
I'm sick, I have my lymph nodes
Yeah.
are swollen. Is that a
Yeah.
sign?
Yeah.
Does he feel that?
Do you
even
remember
though
when
you're
you
not feeling
go to
bad?
the doctor and he'd like touch your
Yes.
lymph
Yeah.
nodes and
Amanda
he'd
Miller
say
does
your
that.
glands and stuff and
Yeah,
touches
Dr.
all
Ford
that.
does the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing because he needs to know if your lymph nodes are excreting
So if
the
they're
infection
if
or
they're
if
swollen a little
holding
bit,
it.
then
Yeah.
he knows that something's probably going on.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And
also
it could
the
be
lymph nodes,
lymphatic cancer too.
we gotta check your lymph nodes in your pelvic area too.
Yeah.
Yo,
They're all over
those
your body.
motherfucking hurt.
To check it or
No,
No,
well, you
when-
can check
if they're
yourself,
backed
but
up.
when they're
Right
back,
here,
like right
right?
here.
Yeah.
Yo, it'll fucking hurt, dude.
I've never gotten there.
Yeah.
I've had them under the arm swell up, not on the legs.
I've had them under my armpits and my throat,
My mom.
but never.
Yeah,
never.
never-
That's how
Usually-
she found out she had breast cancer. She had a bump in her armpit,
Yeah.
and she went to got a check, and it was just
Yeah, remember, that's, the doctor normally checks here and
Mm-hmm.
then underneath my armpits.
And I actually take a shower. I take a shot once a week that kind of helps that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Good. Yeah, because
We
that's
run.
even though I know that you have this situation, but we all kind of need to be aware of those things, that we need to do for ourselves, for our health, because come on, who wants a shitty quality of life,
yeah. Which brings us back to checking out your body, making sure you're comfortable with it, looking at your asshole in the mirror so you know how it looks.
Yep.
But
Yeah,
even checking
I mean-
out your dick too.
Well,
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, any part of your body.
or your nipples.
Yeah.
If your
Yeah,
nipples
nipples.
change shape or if they change color or if there's any kind of discharge, that's a sign. All of those are signs that you need to get that taken
or
care
it's like
of.
one's an
Take a
innie
look.
and the other's an outie.
Well, if it changes like that
Yeah,
too,
remember, yeah.
big time.
Your belly button.
Well, especially
No,
men.
like your
Okay,
nipple.
no.
You have one nipple
Oh.
that's an outie and one
Well,
that's
but
an
it's the same
innie.
thing with your belly button. I mean, if you have an innie and then it suddenly becomes an outie, you know there's something
Oh,
going on.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know how to clean your belly button
I know how to clean my
properly?
dick.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that in a minute.
It's
But
got a funnel.
since you said that,
Yeah.
my grandmother used to collect our belly button out of our belly buttons, and she would seriously. She would collect it, make a ball, and then she would burn it, and she felt that would get rid of evil spirits.
Oh. Okay, I
that's
thought you
good.
was
What
going to
white
make a
cracker
That is
shit
so
is that?
cool.
That's just,
Stop it. Okay, no, just hydrogen peroxide.
Yeah.
Just pour a little bit of hydrogen peroxide in there and let it bubble up and do what it does. And then,
Rinse it
take
out.
take a Kleenex or whatever and just swipe up all the.
I always
liquid.
feel weird
There you
touching
go.
it inside of it.
Because you know what? If you don't
Feels like
clean
an
it, it
asshole.
stinks.
No, it just whenever
I
I,
didn't
put my
know that.
finger in there, it feels weird. Like
Oh, I hate it because I have a hernia on
It
mine.
tickles
It grosses
or-
me out.
I like it. It feels like when I put a Q-tip in my ear.
makes
It's
me
an
feel
eargasm.
like the Pillsbury Doughboy.
and I think on that note, we're gonna end it there.
All of that.
Thank you, everybody, for being here today. Thank you guys for listening.
Yes, thank you.
we
Find us
hope
on
you-
Facebook.
Yes, we are Living Positive San Antonio on Facebook. We have a YouTube, Living Positive San Antonio. Twitter, Living_Antonio. Instagram is, I believe, LPSA210. And that is it. So,
don't forget
Cash App.
our Living Positive San
oh yeah, we do have a
Antonio.com.
website, livingpositivesa.com, which I created. And
I'm on there. You can find
we
me
do
there,
have
too.
a Cash App. It's
$sign
$LPSA210. If you do want to call us and just talk to us, our phone number is 210-218-9161. We are open Monday through Saturday from 10 to 5. So
Sunday
you're more
hours
than
can
welcome
be
to.
abbreviated.
But weekends may be short because we might be volunteering, or the person who's supposed to work Saturday has a work event or something. So just if you do call us and we don't answer, leave us a message and we will get back to you as quickly as possible. Thank you guys. We love y'all, and we'll see you at our meetings hopefully.